Today I would like to give you some tips on gluing and the kind of glue I use. First of all, I'd like to show you what I don't use, and that's the contact glue. Everybody uses it. It says ideal for model building, but I don't understand it. Because first of all, if you open the nozzle, you will notice that the glue sprays out for no reason. You don't even have to push it. There's no control on the amount of glue you are using. It dries very fast. The only good thing is that the glue itself is very good at keeping things together, but you cannot handle the glue as good as some other options. What I do use is just normal wood glue, even for paper, cardboard, foam sometimes, but the fast drying kind. This one says 5 minutes, and it's sort of correct. It's within 2 to 10 minutes that it's dry. Even after 20 or 10 seconds, you can let go of the piece you are gluing, and it will stick, and after 5 or 10 minutes it's dried out. One tip is that you don't use this bottle, of course, it's too big. Try to find a small bottle like this with a fine nozzle, put the glue in this, and this is very handy to glue with. You do have to put something in here or on it to keep the glue from drying, but with a fine nozzle like this, only the tip dries out, and you can easily remove the glue from the tip with your knife afterwards, so it's not a disaster if you don't close it correctly. Sometimes I also use the glue gun, but only for stuff that need to dry very fast, like within 2 seconds, and for pieces where you will not see the glue afterwards, like if you are making a scale model and you are making the context and you have to make a lot of walls that are being covered up by rooftops, then all those walls can be very fast glued with this one. You will not see the glue, but you will work very fast. Afterwards you can apply the rooftops of your context with this glue again, but or with this one if you can work with it. And the third kind of glue that I sometimes use, but not very often, is the plastic modeling glue. You have the one with the fine nozzle, and you also have the one with the brush. You can use whatever kind you like the most. And this is only to glue like plastic pieces together, because the glue doesn't actually glue them together. It melts the pieces. Like if you have to put 2 pieces together, you have to apply on each side of the piece some glue. It will actually melt the plastic on a molecular level, and if you then push them together, they will melt in each other. It's like some kind of welding glue actually, but this is only for profiles, and as you will see, I don't use plastic profiles that much, but if you are using them, use this glue, it's very good. Now the next tip is just very basic. Most people, they apply glue and then directly put the piece where it's needed, but then you will see that a lot of glue will come out, and you don't want that. So there are 2 steps to preventing this, and the first one is, you just apply the glue like this, but you press over with your finger once, and then the glue that's still on your finger, you put it over again, press again. So it's actually not a lot of glue on it, and then you press the piece like this, and because the glue dries very fast, you just have to hold it like this for 10 seconds. And it's finished. and you will not see any kind of glue on the edge. Now the second trick, I'll try to do it on the other side. The second trick is a trick I learned at my work, and the trick they used to apply glue, and for these pieces they're very short, it's not very handy, but if you have a long piece this trick is very handy. You put some glue on a piece of scrap, like this. Then you take a piece of wood. I take the hardwood kind because they can bend and they don't break off. You apply the glue like this on the stick, so you get a strip of glue on your stick, and then you press the stick at an angle onto your piece, and you smoothly transfer the glue onto the piece, and then the glue is evenly spread out. I'll try it again, like this, and then you go over it again with the stick or with your finger, pressing the piece in place. Wait for 10 seconds. Or even 5 will do it. And again, your piece will be glued without glue on this side and without any kind of glue coming out. So this is the way I try to glue stuff without having to remove the glue afterwards. The next step I would like to explain is just a very simple trick. If you measure off your pieces perfectly and you glue the stuff on them, often with walls you get at the edge, you can see it here in the shade, that the piece is actually, while gluing, shifted a little. And this means that here the wall is exact even with the base, and here the wall is shifted inward. This might be some minor stupid issue, but sometimes with very small scale models these issues make your model look unfinished. The trick is, I'll show it on this side, is that you over measure your base, you glue your wall at the right position, and then you use this kind of cutter knife. I will not use it for cutting other stuff, because I will use the scalpel kind, but because this is a flexible knife, you can now, if you fully extend it, use it to press against your wall, like this. Now, because it is flexible, your knife will stay even with the wall, whatever you do, and then just go over it a few times. Do not try this in one move, because it will not work. Do it a few times and you will see your wall has a perfect finish. I don't know which way you can see it, like this. It is perfectly finished now and perfectly straight. Now, the way I glue on my entourage or my people is I used to do it with the glue gun, because you could with a glue gun put a drop on your model and directly put your men in place. The problem was that on their feet they had very much glue that you could still see, and you had to be very quick. If you glued your men like this or like this, you had to scratch them off again. Now I just use my my wood glue. The problem is if you put glue on your model and you directly put your men on them, they will fall over because the glue isn't dried up yet. But because I use fast drying glue, you can just put a little glue on your model where you're going to place the person. See that his feet have enough to stick in, and just wait for a minute or so. Okay, we're a minute further, so hopefully it will work. Just take your man with a piece of tweezers. Try to put him straight. Wait a few seconds and hopefully it will not fall over, but I think it will be okay. Like that. And there's a little bump of glue, but it will dry up clear and it will be still much cleaner than when you use your glue gun or your contact glue, if you still wish to use that. Just leave that for 5 minutes and then you can start moving your project again.